Hi, namaste, and thank you for tuning in. As promised, I'm restarting the series of gemstone and crystal-based videos and getting to a video that actually I thought that I already made months ago, but as it turns out, I didn't. After showcasing so many different gemstones on my channel, I find it kind of funny that I haven't yet made a video about my all-time favorite gem to wear, which is ametrine. Ametrine is a stone that not many people have heard of, despite the fact that it's composed of two very popular, very common quartz-based minerals, amethyst and citrine. Amethyst has long been known as a stone of spiritual awakening. When jewelers design chakra jewelry to stimulate those 7 aligned energy centers in the human physical body, amethyst is typically used for the crown center, the top of the head, which connects us to celestial divinity, the highest transcendent realms. And citrine is usually used for the solar plexus chakra, or what's called in Sanskrit Manipuraka chakra, the inner city of jewels. That's the chakra that determines our will persistence, how well we're ready to move forward into life and pursue our goals, get material success, get established in whatever profession we choose, and express our creativity. Now, typically, citrine will be thought of as a sunny stone, as a stone of energy, as a stone of exuberance, outgoing nature. It's seen as a stone for communicating with others because it gets us so focused on achievement in the outer world, which, of course, the Manipuraka chakra is aimed towards, while amethyst is sometimes thought of as something totally opposite. We usually consider our spiritual goals, our internal goals, to be diametrically opposed to our outer world goals and our creative pursuits financially. However, these two stones harmonize well so beautifully that they blur the edges between our external self and our internal self, between our goal-oriented financial self and our spiritually oriented inner being. When we wear amethyst with citrine together, we understand that we don't have to choose between meditative states and accomplishment. We don't need to choose between extroversion, expressing ourselves, and introversion, focusing on the rich inner space. While amethyst is a stone that activates the crown chakra, that 1,000-petaled lotus that opens to existence with gratitude, citrine helps us express that gratitude in a practical way that blesses others and gives them more and more to be grateful for. Now, of course, you can wear amethyst with citrine together. Pick up, say, a citrine pendant like this little gem here, and an amethyst pendant like this pretty stone right here. Just put them together on a chain, or wear, amethyst and citrine earrings, or get an amethyst and a citrine ring, and it's going to give you the same benefit that wearing ametrine, like my all-time favorite bracelet here, will give you. However, there's something really cool about one stone that combines two different gems together. For example, a lot of people love it when quartz has an inclusion of tourmaline or rutile, or when a fossil like amber also contains within it another precious stone preserved like a fossil eternally. For me, when there's two stones combined in one, I always think it's nature's way of showing us we can have everything that we want. We can engender and embody multiple personalities, and I'm not talking about the disorder, I'm talking about the expression. We can be artistic and creative. We can also be grounded and practical. We can be spiritually minded and make enlightenment a priority without giving up family, without giving up work, without giving up our other creative goals. Wearing something like ametrine, as you can see, I've taken it off here. See how these gems are purple and also yellow. Some of them you can really even see that distinctive line, especially this one right here, where there's amethyst and citrine together in one stone. Wearing a stone like ametrine reminds us that we don't have to be one thing or another. We can really enjoy our nightlife without compromising our daytime life. We can enjoy health and nutrition, but also indulge in a sweet once in a while. Wearing a stone like ametrine for me represents that there's no compromise involved and there's no hypocrisy in choosing different things at different times for different reasons. And so I highly recommend this stone if you have career goals, academic goals, financial goals, but at the same time you feel spirituality is a priority in your life. While studying for an exam, you might be focused just on the number that you're going to get, 100%, 98%, or the letter grade A+, A. But that doesn't mean that the act of studying itself and the excitement and joy of achieving that goal won't also elevate you to a higher spiritual state and awaken in you gratitude to existence for blessing you to be able to get down to business and focus and do what needs to be done. When it comes to realizing our goals, believe it or not, achievement, getting what we think we want, does not actually affect our long-term happiness. I watched a really cool documentary on Netflix last night about happiness. And in it, a researcher who had conducted like an international survey across all the different countries, spanning all different categories of people, discovered that the level of happiness we think we're going to get by winning the lottery and the level of sorrow we think we're going to have if something happens like a major accident or a diagnosis of a terrible illness are not long-term, they're short-term. They found, for example, when an athlete wins a major event, either comes in first place in a race or wins the Super Bowl or wins the Stanley Cup, that athlete will temporarily have a happiness spike. But a few months later, the level of happiness will level back to what it was originally. The same way, somebody who gets into a terrible car accident, loses thousands of dollars in a stock market crash, or has a bad breakup with someone they love, initially they'll feel a terrible down, that loss, that sadness. But again, a few months later, they level back. They found that people in developing countries who are living below what we in the first world, we in Canada, the US, the UK, Australia, below what we would consider the poverty line, are not sadder. In fact, many of them are happier than people who are, for all intents and purposes, wealthy. Whether we're happy or sad determines how we express ourselves to others. Somebody who's down, who's feeling badly, will seem like a downer. People will feel bogged down by their energy. It'll feel like they're sucking your energy. We all know people who the moment we see them, they have something bad to say. They have something about them that just makes us feel drained. We also know people who are always so happy, so perky, so vital that when we spend time with them, we can't help but start giggling and start smiling. This is not determined by circumstances. This is determined by their state of being. If we think that we need more and more and more from the outside to be happy, it means that our external focus is trying to fill in something that should be overflowing from the inside. How this relates to ametrine is that the stone balances the center of our will, that solar plexus, that manipuraka, with the sahasrara, that inner beacon that just radiates happiness and joy and gratitude to existence for all the blessings showered on us. When I say blessings, I'm not talking about external stuff, like looks, which will fade with the years, or like wealth, which can come or go depending on the state of finances in the world, but the blessings of a life, of consciousness, and of capacity to create. Because the solar plexus is the center of artistic expression, whether your joy happens to be writing music, singing, or dancing, or drawing, or painting, or writing screenplays, or just wandering around, looking at the stars, looking at the clouds, and visualizing things, whatever it might be, the more that creative expression is used, the more you actually start to express the ideas that come to you and put them into existence. innovate technologies or rewrite different programs or film videos like this one where you're talking, the more you express that creative energy, the more you're going to have bubbling out ideas, the more you're going to have to be grateful for. When that happens parallel with the Sahasrara chakra, and so you don't lose contact with the existence showering on you and expressing as your creativity, the more you're going to be a blessing to others in your life. When I say that this is my favorite combination of stones, I should show you, I've got it ready here, my own personal keychain. What I carry on me every day. I talk on this channel a lot about talismans, carrying a piece of jewelry or carrying something symbolic that brings up your energy, that brings you back to center, that keeps you grounded, keeps you focused. I don't just recommend this for others. I literally live by what I share here. And so something I carry with me truly every time I leave my apartment is my keychain. And you can see I've made it using amethyst, one big raw amethyst crystal, and citrine, that yellow stone. Carrying this for me represents remembering that while I'm working, while I'm making jewelry, while I'm running my Etsy shop to support myself, the ultimate goal in life, the ultimate end of the day takeaway that we're all going to have will never be material. When the life comes to an end, we're not going to carry our body with us to the next plane or the next realm, the next step of our journey. We're not going to carry stuff with us. We're not going to have our house or our condo or our apartment or our car. What we're going to have is the state of being that we carry as a result of what we've done, what we've experienced, what we've shared with others. The impact we leave on the world is not going to be affected by any of this stuff that we own. It's only going to be affected by the expression that we share while we're here. When we carry amethyst with citrine together, we carry within ourselves a constant reminder to share what we're grateful for and to awaken more and more and more gratitude. So ametrine, I think of this as one of those miracle stones of nature. It's amethyst and citrine together. I've got tons of pieces made out of this stone in my Etsy shop, like this bracelet here, where you can see such lovely, lovely ametrine gems. This one here that I've designed to be kind of ombre, from amethyst on one side to chunky, gorgeous citrine on the other, with some ametrine in between. And like I said, my favorite bracelet here. And it's a stone that I'm proud to carry in my own daily life. Like I said, if you want to get the benefits without investing in ametrine itself, you can take amethyst and citrine and wear them together. And I'll make some more keychains like this so that you guys can get one too if you want something like the one that I carry myself. And check out my shop. Whoever mentions this particular video, if you mention this video by anything in my store at all, I'll send you an ametrine or amethyst and citrine talisman of your very own, absolutely free gift with purchase. And I hope this video inspires you not just to wear a stone or carry a stone or buy something, but I hope this video inspires you to remember your creativity, your will to succeed, and your desire to make an impact on the world matters. You can do it. So whatever your creative expression, literally just let it shine. And comment below, let me know, what's your creativity of choice? Mine, it's not just making jewelry, it's also painting and drawing. You know, one interesting thing that was in that happiness documentary I just watched, well, one of the psychiatrists they interviewed said that there's been an overwhelming tendency in the Western world, and this is something that I've heard in India too. The beloved Guru Paramahamsa Nityananda, he once said that Carl Jung had a chance to actually meet Ramana Maharishi, a great enlightened master of his time. But he decided at the last minute not to go through with it because he was afraid that the powerful enlightenment of that master might challenge the status quo of what he had learned from Freud, of how Western psychiatry was developing. This psychiatrist they interviewed yesterday said something that mirrored that exactly. What Nityananda told us was that psychiatry has constantly focused on delving into problems with the human psyche. What's wrong? Why people are depressed? Why some people are manic? Why some people are crazy? Why some people hallucinate? Why some people can't focus on life? Why this? Why that? Why this? Why that? All the negative stuff. But what the enlightened masters of the East focus on is why some people are in states of bliss, why some people have creative genius, why some people feel an innate connection with the universe and with the multiverse, why they're able to express powers. While Western psychology looks at what's wrong, Eastern spirituality looks at what's right. Western psychology tries to treat what they consider symptoms. Eastern spirituality nurtures what we see as the ultimate states. When we try to focus on one thing while ignoring the other, we'll always feel a little imbalanced. Now, when it comes to awakening our creativity and expressing it, the more we use it, the more it arises. The point I was going to make with this is that particular psychiatrist who said that for so long too many academics have been focused too much on depression, when he went into his course of study, he decided to pursue happiness instead, which has now become one of the psychiatric courses at Harvard University. There's a course called Happiness, and it's now the most popular course in the school. The highest number of students enroll into that class. And one of their biggest discoveries is that people who are the happiest are people who have at least one thing that they do, one hobby, one activity that they do not for the sake of external recognition or for a score or to realize an outer world goal recognized by others, but just for their own joy. They gave the example of people who jog, people who do rock climbing, people who play the piano or who play any kind of musical instrument, people who draw, not to get exhibited, not to show a concert, not to win a medal, but just to continuously push their limits, expand themselves, and enjoy. When we have a goal, when we have something external, we always feel that we're a success based on what other people think of us. But when we do something just for the sake of our own entertainment, amusement, and expansion, it doesn't matter what others think, whether they judge, whether they appreciate, whether they approve, whether they restrict or deny. It only matters whether or not we feel fulfilled at the end of the day, at the end of that activity. So that's why I'm saying really it's important to reach our goals academically, reach our goals financially, but it's also important to find something that we just love doing. Because having a hobby like that, having a pastime, that's where we really thrive. So maybe just for the sake of fun and sharing, I'll start again my art playlist to show you guys what kind of abstract drawings and paintings I do. But I also encourage you, find that pastime, find that hobby, find that passion of yours, and have fun with it without worrying about what others are going to say, without worrying about whether you're good at it or bad at it, so to speak, just for the sake of expressing and enjoying it. The pursuit of happiness was one of the founding fathers' goals for the United States of America. And whether those guys were good guys or bad guys historically, I don't know. Of course, reviews are mixed on that. But when it comes to Eastern wisdom, when it comes to all wisdom, when it comes to the people who live the longest in the world, it's always those who prioritize their happiness, their health, and their well-being and share it with others, as opposed to those who feel like other people's opinions, how many likes they get on social media, how much others give them for what they do. When we first prioritize the internal, the success in the external follows. And so once again, my long-winded way of saying, Ametrine is a stone that represents this. First, finding that inner bliss, expressing it outwardly, reaping the benefits of that financially so that we have that freedom to do what we want in life, sharing it with others, and not losing touch with that gratitude to existence, because of course it's through the grace of existence that we have what we have in the first place. So there we have it. This is my all-time favorite gem in my own life for me to wear and that I carry as my keychain, my personal talisman. If you'd like to hear about other kinds of stones or other kinds of energies, or if you have a question about which stone to wear in order to get a specific result, please feel free to leave that as a comment also. I look forward to continuing with this series. I look forward to hearing what are your hobbies, your pastimes, your creative expressions. And as I said before, there is an amethyst and citrine charm waiting for you if you mention this video and pick anything from my Etsy shop. The link is in the description as always. And I should mention the earrings I'm wearing in this video, they are raw amethyst, one of my all-time favorite pairs. I've done in this orbit style that is kind of becoming my signature earring style. I'm doing these a lot. And I just want to mention for all my sisters out there who don't have pierced ears, even though these are hoop style, these are actually clip-on hoops. They're spring-loaded, so you don't even need your ears pierced to wear them. When you purchase any earrings in my shop, if you leave me a note saying that you want them to be clip-on, I will be able to customize them for you. Otherwise, if you want them for regular pierced ears, that's also doable. My ears are pierced, so all the styles are available from now on, both ways. Hope you enjoy. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.